What's great about My Little Pony is, if you want friendship that's magic, there's a pony for that. If you want to find the hottest place to graze, there's a pony for that.
You eat that!
Fashion on the fly, closest rodeo, or rainbow in a snap? There's a pony for that too. And if you want a sun-stealing, princess-nabbing, lover of darkness stick in the mud, there's even a pony for that. Yep, there's a pony for just about anything. My Little Pony, Saturdays at 8 a.m. Eastern, 5 Pacific, only on the Hub.
Hello everybody, welcome once again to the Brony Show. I am your host, Circuit Main, here to bring you episode 456. Of course, I'm not doing this by myself. We have a big, wonderful group of panelists here to bring you the Brony experience for another week, because we got so much experience to talk about. Let's go ahead and introduce them, of course, while I'm rapidly flapping through Windows. We, of course, are joined by Deathlight Productions.
Hey.
DM21.
Heyo.
Tech Stallion. Tech Stallion.
I said hi.
Oh, I didn't hear you. Alright, and Tokoi.
Hello.
And Suki, VTuber of the Otaku Ascended.
Yeah, I'm here. Ignore the possible yelps of panic as I run from ancient Egyptian gods.
Oh, it's that Monday night?
No. He's actually getting a catch on early. Usually this is a standard Tuesdays or Wednesdays. Over at the Otaku Ascended. Okay, anyways. Anyway, hello everybody, and yeah, we got another big show for you today. I have in my hands a hot copy of the new demo for Ergosphere, which was an interesting game that we checked out a couple of months ago. Mostly at the time, we could only really jump and wall jump and double jump with a laser unicorn, and when we tried to proceed further, we couldn't exactly figure out how. We don't know if the game glitched or if there was something causing us to not be able to proceed ahead, but unfortunately it was a very short demo. But in that time, a few more demos have released from the creator, and we got the latest. So we're going to be checking out that demo. At least that's the plan, so hopefully we'll get to that. And hello to our people over in YouTube land. Hello, Syncry. But, of course, before we get into that, we took quite a bit to talk about. So let's go ahead and get started here. And before we do What's Up, Brony, the big announcement. Now, the big thing that everybody's been excited for, everybody's been curious for, everybody's been wondering for, of course, is Generation 5. Now, we're not putting up spoiler tag because we're not talking about the movie itself yet. But in this case, Generation 5 is set to be coming out. The movie itself is coming out next Friday. And my great initial plan for it was to do a day of in the evening after I got off work. Unfortunately, the powers that be have decided that scheduling conflicts must occur. And unfortunately, I have to respect the scheduling conflict. So I've raised a hoof and anger at scheduling conflict, and we have decided to push it back a day. So this time we are planning for Saturday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 6 Pacific. Of course, unfortunately, that means that some people are still not going to be able to make it, and that really is an unfortunate thing. But it's what we're stuck with at the moment. However, yeah. So, but we have a plan. We actually have a plan. We are planned and ready for the movie. Who's excited to see what the movie brings to the table?
Yay!
Interested. So.
Okay, and now with so now with the announcement of the plan to do the plan for the announcement. Remember that this will be shown only on our Discord. So if you're not part of the Discord, please let us know and we can get a link out to the Discord. Otherwise, it will be in General A of our Discord chat. Everyone is welcome to come and watch. However, we will be muting everybody for the portion of the movie because obviously we want people to be able to enjoy it without random interruptions. But anyway, now that all of the shop talk is out of the way, we're going to go ahead and move on to a little bit of What's Up Brony. And I'm just going to go ahead and let probably the most eager person here already get their What's Up Brony out of the way. What's up, Toakoi?
Oh, I've gone to a convention this Saturday. I had fun. As soon as I got there, people were like, I'll wait for you to put on the helmet, but goddammit, I wanted to take a picture of you as Hollow Knight. And thus, my day was made. Oh, also, Wednesday I had work, even though I was fighting off vaccine, because, you know, how second dose is. I still rode 5 miles altogether while being sick as a dog and dealing with chills and heat. So my week's been fun.
So you rode down some 5 miles and you rode down some 5 miles more?
Yep. Just to be the man to ride 5 miles and get back to my door.
You know what? I'm just gonna walk away. I wanted to make a joke about it. I feel like I just did an underhanded pitch just for somebody to kick it like a football, but I'm just walking away. Gotta walk away.
I don't know
from
how
it.
to add on to this.
I don't know how to respond to this.
Yeah.
Bob, you keep trying to make it and funny, and I'm like, if you're trying, I'll just shoot it.
Yeah, you pretty much are shooting the funny. Yes. Yeah, I think that's the one thing we can completely agree on.
So,
Hey,
So, what's
on
up?
to you, Death?
Yes.
well, when you're playing in a party and the paladin gets possessed, you know the only character that can take care of possession. What do?
Kill the thing that's trying to possess it?
Trick
Or
him into
possessing
trick him into unpossessing himself.
Oh, it's
Kill the
really
possessed.
quite simple. You kill the paladin to revive him later.
Yep.
Wow, we're not exactly a D&D podcast, but that seems a little extreme even for me.
Well,
if you have
like
no
I said,
potions or whatever, you gotta do what you gotta do.
I
Yeah.
guess.
the guy that's supposed to specialize in not getting possessed gets possessed.
Oh,
And
not getting
nobody else
possessed.
to cancel out the possession after that. So I was like, okay. That's what happened Sunday, because I was in a game Sunday, and we're like, what do? We can kill him and revive him. If we can revive him in less than 3 turns, we can bring him back.
I'm just imagining, just like, oh yeah, I'm complete. Hey, look over there. What? Just launch.
Stab.
Stab or push him off a cliff.
I thought I could trust you while they're
Oh,
stabbing.
foiled by my curiosity.
Yeah, so that happened, but
No wonder they
Which
called
is-
me Cat. Okay, sorry, that's stupid.
which just funny to think about. I was like, how do you save a paladin from possession? Well, it's easy. You kill him. Yeah.
You know, I'm gonna. That sounds like a puzzle. I don't think we ever want a straight answer for anymore. Let's move on. Okay,
Well,
or not.
in more somber news, it's gonna take about a year to a year and a half to fully adjust my spine.
Oh,
I have to go there every. They wanted me to go there like 3 times a week, but I can't do that because of my work schedule. So for the next year, I'm going there for 2 adjustments a week. So
Sorry, I just realized something really stupid. I got all the announcements out for the show, except in the actual Discord.
Oh, they don't need it. They just look in the Discord and they see their stuff going on. It's fine.
Well, they probably already saw the pre-show announcement an hour ago, but I like to give them a
Exactly.
reminder, especially for the latecomers. You know.
Well, I don't know about Bagley. He's not in the chat yet.
Well, Vaguely could be running late. You know that's a thing.
He was here.
I know.
No, was it Vigley? No, it wasn't Vigley. I apologize. It was Creature. I apologize, Creature.
Is
Vaguely
a
speaking.
metal album right there. That is awesome. Anyways.
All right, so I'll go ahead and jump a little bit into a little bit of what's up, Brony. Going, Vaguely, Vaguely's here, man. No, sorry. Oh,
No, Dave's not here, man.
Dave's not here, man. Vaguely's not here, man. Okay. So, I'll go a little bit of what's up, Brony, going on with me, especially since it'll probably affect next week's show a little bit. But yeah, this weekend is the Fan X convention here in Salt Lake, the giant nerd convention. Let's just call it the nerd convention. Comics, comics, cartoons, anime, a TV show, sci-fi, movies, whatever you could throw out there. If it has a fandom behind it and it doesn't deal with throwing sports balls, this will be involved.
Even if it does involve throwing sports balls, Cascade.
What?
Or free.
I'm just gonna move on.
That's
So-
Vaguely in chat.
Yeah. So, yes, during the weekend, I had a two-part goal. One was to build a cosplay that I'm still kind of working on, and I will post, quote-unquote, finalized results of it, probably on Wednesday, once I get the last little bits, and I stitch it all together and then realize what the horrible mistake I made. The other thing was, as some of you have known, there is a Halloween greeter Pinkie Pie that was released exclusively to Walmart. Of course, it's also in limited quantities because Walmart just tends to get only so much Halloween, and these greeters weren't just one thing. They were a massive mix of Nightmare Before Christmas, Hocus Pocus, a random scarecrow thing. I mean, seriously, I have no idea what that was. And Pinkie Pie.
I
Now-
couldn't find one last week, so I hope I at least find one.
Oh, I definitely give you the biggest hope here, though I'm pretty sure my story is not going to give you too
No,
much
every store is
confidence.
different.
Yeah, every store is different, and so I'm still giving you the hope there. I'm giving you all my hope there, and whatever luck I had left, because oh man, this was fun. So the Friday before, I decided to visit my local Walmart that's really close by that I usually go to if I ever need stuff from Walmart that isn't general groceries or hardware or. You know what? I'm going to be honest. I usually only use this Walmart for off-brand electronics and maybe even the random pair of pants, and that's about it. I barely go to Walmart anymore, and my reasons being the headache. Trying to find this alone. So yeah, I didn't exactly start off with a lot of confidence because the Friday night when I went to check my local Walmart, the end cap where I saw a bunch of the Halloween greeters. Empty. It was completely empty except for a single box of Halloween fruit by the foot, and they didn't even bother to change the pricing on the end cap. So they literally just slapped it there just to fill the shelf with something. Not
That's
exactly.
Something to look
tragic.
forward to.
That is not something you want to see, especially when you're trying to find one rare greeter plushie, not the thousands of Nightmare Before Christmas ones they have. No, a Pinkie Pie one, which seems to be a lot harder to find. So yeah, not a great way to start. But Saturday, I went with it anyway. I had a breakfast from Wendy's because I had a free burger coupon. Thank you, T-Mobile, I think. Then I started on my hunt, going down to a Walmart that's a lot more north of me, and I went checking there. I did find maybe about a handful of the Jack Skellington greeters, and of course that was almost destroyed. There was almost like there was only 3 or 4 of them. So obviously that was a bust. I actually went as far as to ask if they had any in the back. They told me that all of their Halloween boxes are right now in the garden center that they're still sorting through. Basically, it was an open invitation. Like, if you really want to find out, you can go check for yourself. It wasn't exactly the greatest thing to tell customers, but I guess they don't really care. Not
I only have
surprising.
2 Walmarts in my town. Jesus.
So yeah, I did just that. I actually worked at a Walmart, both in unloading and security. I went back there and I checked the boxes. There was an awful lot of kids' costumes, but that's about it. It wasn't in there, that's for sure. So yeah, that's scratched. So I decided to I hit up a Spirit Halloween for cosplay parts. I also hit up a thrift store, got some more cosplay parts. Then I went down to my local comic store that was just down the street, a few blocks down the street, and put in a reserve down for the pony My Little Pony Generations. So I'll be getting that comic series as it comes in. Then I went to the next Walmart. This one was so much more interesting, to say the least. So yeah, this one, it did have a few more Halloween greeters, but this place was packed. And I think I actually saw my first ever male Karen yelling at an employee for something that they had no control over.
I think they're called Kyles.
Did they actually give him a name now?
They're Kevin's.
No,
Or
Kevin's are
Kevin.
idiots. Kevin's are just basically idiots. I mean, really bad idiots. We're talking the ones that stick tinfoil in the microwave and set the place on fire. And they do it again after they made the mistake. You know, they never learn. Anyway, Kyle's might be Wow! We are getting a lot of weird slangs now, aren't we? Well, anyway, you guys get the point. Some angry person was yelling at an employee. Really sucked. The whole place was packed. It sucked. But, there was nothing there. I only had one Walmart left in my area that I could go to without having to spend 15 to 20 minutes to go to one. And honestly, I didn't want to spend that much energy to try to find a Pinkie Pie plush that they didn't even have on their website. You couldn't find this thing on their website. That's how stupid whole thing is. So I just like, you know what? Let's just try it anyway. Let's go for the gold. And I get over there and I check the shelves. And they're empty. Not even a single Halloween greeter there. Completely picked clean. And I'm just sitting there. I'm trying to console myself. Like, you know what? I know some sites have them. Probably, maybe they might have. Maybe there'll be more popping up. Maybe more will get ordered. You know, there was one for like $50. Maybe it'll have free shipping on it. Sure, I'm paying double the amount, but maybe I can get it if I really wanted. You know, I'm basically just doing the whole talking myself down. And then I look over, and near the checkouts, on an end cap, completely empty end cap, except for one pink plushie standing on the top shelf. There was a Pinkie Pie welcomer sitting right there on the shelf, only one there. And it had nothing camouflaging it. It was out in the open.
Oh my god.
I have no idea how this happened. And I am just guessing that my miracle, stupid luck that I seem to have when I'm really trying to find something kicked in. And yeah, I will not lie. I didn't walk. I didn't do the speed walking. No, I did a light jog across the Walmart shopping area and snagged that and immediately went to the checkouts. And as luck had it, it was starting to rain. And the bags don't fit these things. They're actually pretty good sized welcomers.
Yeah, they are.
So I shoved it under my shirt and walked out of the store with a Pinkie Pie in my shirt.
That's
So,
not
dude, whenever
suggestive
you
at all.
Whenever you described seeing it, I just hear the clip of Vegeta going, mine, 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 mine!
Actually, that's pretty close. That's pretty close. But I got it. I got that Pinkie Pie.
And how does it compare to, you know...
Oh, the quality is pretty bunk. It's actually got a skeleton inside of it that's made like out of styrofoam or something in order to keep it standing. And unfortunately, yeah, it makes it impossible to really readjust the legs, so you have to kind of balance it. But I wouldn't trade it for the world. God, man, I don't... there was so much luck involved with getting that, but I am so happy I found it.
I suspect I won't have much luck myself, because I was quite busy last week.
You might not, but you might too. I mean, I didn't expect to find... I literally found it on an empty shelf out of nowhere, so luck was with me beyond all belief, and in fact, I felt so lucky, I decided to go and check out a cookie place that I actually started hearing about on some social networks called Crumble.
Sounds like an app.
Actually, it probably has an app, but it's actually a small little cookie place that does really big cookies. These things are really big cookies. So yeah, I got a chocolate chip one, a cinnamon roll, a waffle cookie that also had syrup to pour onto it, and a
Crumbler.
What's the
No, vaguely said that in the chat.
Fruity Pebbles.
Yeah.
Crumbler. Actually, that might be an app. I think there is a cookie app called Crumbler. Or is it
You
Crumbler?
really want to look for that because...
Oh, it's Crumble Cookies. It's definitely called Crumble Cookies. But yeah, no, they're really good cookies. The Fruity Pebble cookie, I just got that just to try something stupid. That thing is life-changing. It was very soft with just a slight crunch just from the Fruity Pebbles, and it was filled with a cream that was literally the exact middle between a stiff buttercream and a light whipped cream. It was transformative. That whipped cream has spoiled me forever. And it was delicious. I have never had a cookie so good. And I hate that I've spoiled myself on cookies forever now. But also it means that, maybe if I can wean myself off sugar a little bit by literally spending $1.50 for a giant cookie rather than... $2 for a bag of Keebler Elves that make me kind of regret myself at 3 a.m. when I finish the bag, and I'm just kind of sitting there watching the another YouTube episode of some guy that I don't even know, and I just have a half-empty beer bottle and like Keebler Elf fudge there, just sitting there quietly.
That feels all too real.
I know. So anyway, I got a Pinkie Pie.
I had some maple cookies this weekend. I haven't had them in a long time. Or weren't they ever scrumptious?
Yeah. Honestly, I wanted to get Coldust's thought on a literal waffle cookie that they had there that actually had syrup, but yeah, I'll ask him about it later. So yeah, I got a Pinkie Pie. I got the Pinkie Pie, and boy did I have to fight for it, but I'm happy I found it. Anyway, that's my What's Up, Brony. I took up a ton of time. Does anybody else have anything else before we go ahead and move on?
You remember that ice cream last week?
Oh, yes, the ice cream. Thank you for bringing that up.
Tried to put the image back in the lounge, but it's over 8 megabytes. It's still in the chat, though.
Oh, I could easily handle that. Okay, let's see here. Did you put it in the lounge?
It tasted a little like Play-Doh.
Did you put it in the lounge? It doesn't look like it's in there.
It's in the Jack and Boxes.
Oh,
yeah.
the wrong lounge.
That box is either the YouTube or the Twitch.
No, I know what he's talking about when he says that. Okay, so yeah. So yeah, he got a hold of the ice cream that we mentioned in celebration of G5, and apparently has a color changing spoon. Granted, that isn't the colors that they initially had. That looks like bubblegum ice cream there.
I think it is, but it tasted like Play-Doh to me.
Huh.
Not all that sparkles shines.
Oh, I see what you
And it was supposed to come with the sticker pack, but it hasn't come in at the time.
mean. Sorry, Wrigley. I'm reminded of bubblegum ice cream when I worked in an ice cream parlor. That stuff was terrible. I mean, yeah, it had a strong bubblegum flavor, but the moment you actually ate one of those bubblegums in the bubblegum ice cream, it basically turned into cold. It turned into cold nothing. The flavor literally died
I
out.
know what you're talking about.
Yeah, the flavor dies on you immediately. It is not. I don't know what kind of ice cream. It's terrible.
The ice cream that keeps on coming is the icon candy. You never go wrong with that.
I could see that. Actually, any
It
ice
was
cream
a
that just
green
does.
color, not a blue.
Basically, any ice cream that doesn't have sugary bits that are so overpowering they actually overdo the ice cream. It's pretty much your best bet there. Respect your guest self, guys. Get good ice cream.
So, we going at the Ben and Jerry's or what?
I said respect ourselves. Jeez, Ben and Jerry's. I'm kidding.
I wouldn't fill my cholesterol veins with that stuff.
I'm kidding. Ben and Jerry's is a fine ice cream. I just had to make the joke.
Oh, by
Actually,
the
I was
way,
more talking
Circuit-
about the ice cream on the image.
Oh yeah, that.
Oh, by the way, Circuit, that's actually green ice cream, not blue.
Really?
Yeah.
Unicorn snot.
It looks surprisingly blue to me.
Unicorn boogers.
Also, say you haven't shared your screen with us.
It's
And when I was getting it,
well,
the ice
we're not
cream
on the news
girl-
yet.
oh,
Sorry.
and when I pointed it out, I didn't even have to tell her it was My Little Pony. She got it right, and I told her I was in the fandom too.
Ah,
Aww.
you're a braver man than I am. Then again, I just don't volunteer any information. I just say, "Can I have the ice cream?"
I
Yes,
only
'cause
tell
that's your
someone
sister.
if they ask.
Oh,
Well, she
yeah.
already knew it was My Little Pony, so.
Yeah. Still, it looks like fun. I'm still hoping that we see something here, but judging from the news I've seen recently, I highly doubt we are. I feel like we're getting the short end of the stick here on when it comes to promo merch. Anyway, so yeah, awesome ice cream. Anybody else have any other what's up, Brony? Before we actually move on to the news,
I wonder when they'll come out with Funko Pops of these ponies.
They probably already have. Funko Pops just kind of breed out of nowhere. You go and
No,
you see a
high quality ones like we got early on, and like
Oh, I
not those
wish.
bobblehead ones.
I wish. I really wish, but I don't think they're
sorry,
gonna do that
those-
anymore. But I really wish.
Well,
I really
here's
hope
the
so, but I'm
thing,
not holding my breath.
Neither am I.
DM, the pop figures, they're so easy and cheap to make. All you gotta do is change the paint.
Well, the thing about the pop,
That's
it's
what's
not.
disappointing about them. They're easy.
I think the problem with the pop figures though is that they make them too much money, but they're already ridiculously plentiful. I mean, I could already
Heck, they
imagine.
even got a mobile game about Funko Pop characters.
You think that's bad? The Fan X, I can already see it right now. At least it was there the last couple of times, and I'm sure it'll be there this time. The Funko booth, or at least the Pop booth.
I saw that at my convention.
Yeah,
this
big
weekend.
old booth. It takes up the entire square footage of a normal single person house.
I only
it
got
is-
a Funko Pop of Spyro because I was a big fan. Yet I found better figures a month later.
Yeah, just get the Funko Pops if you're a collector. Otherwise, just you can find better figures of everything. But
Except Tom from Toonami. That's the only figure that I would get because, god damn it, we don't have a lot of Tom merch.
you know what? That's fair. I can't argue that.
Was your OC inspired by him?
No, it was inspired by something else. Of course it was.
Dude, that's the most horrible. What? No. We're gonna move on. Okay, actually, yeah, we are gonna move on. So, let's move on. And of course, with that means that we are moving on. Sorry, my brain just kind of hiccuped here, so I'm giving it a chance to reboot. There it goes. Spoiler tag! Because we're going to go into G5 talk. Admittedly, G5 talk has slowed up quite a bit since the movie is soon to be releasing, but we still got a few things that have popped up. So, a reminder to everybody, as long as this tag is up, we are talking G5 material. Movies, promos, trailers, merchandise, everything. Anything and everything under G5. Actually, while I have this tag... Yeah, actually, I probably should... You know what? Really quick here. We're taking off the tag, just for a warning. It actually reminded me. So, with the movie, we are going to go by the standard movie rules when it comes to the Brony show. 3 weeks to a month, we will not talk about the movie after it's released, to give people time and a chance to see it without being spoiled. Granted, that's our policy. The rest of the internet will probably start spoiling it like mad, so I recommend seeing it as soon as possible. But if you manage to somehow keep yourself hidden under a rock, or you have no social connections whatsoever, you brave man. But, yeah, be careful. There is going to be a lot of spoiler at that point. However, along with that, as soon as 2 to 3 weeks are up, we will also be talking about merchandise and everything openly. And we will only start spoiling content about the series when more information starts to come out for it. So, you have been warned for spoilers. Let's move on to the spoilers.
My guess would be that the TV series might go around 2022 or 2023.
It could. It could also... Actually, no, there's a guarantee. It's almost guaranteed. There's no way they're going to get a series out within 2 to 3 months of the movie coming out. I mean, even if Netflix does push for it, it's just not enough time to make it. Even
Late
if they use the models.
2022 or sometime in 2023.
I'm guessing mid-2022 if they use the same CG models as the movie. Because at that point, they just
well,
have
they might not, considering the scope of the movie compared to the series.
They might not.
Where they choose how to CGI effects, like...
No, I'm just talking in general terms. If they do, that's what I'm estimating. If they don't, then yeah, it may take longer. That's pretty much just some of it. We have no idea what they have planned for the series. I'm almost betting money, though, that they're going to use the same models because they're already made. Why not just use them for the series? Because it'll be cheaper to do that.
Just that you never know.
I know. I don't know. I'm just going off of some educated guess and assumptions. I in no way propose that I know what the hell is going on. I'm just making educated guesses based on the fact that I've been on this earth way too long. Let's move on. New trailer has started to pop up as a YouTube ad. The big thing about this one is it's obviously you can see from the screenshot that somebody gets shades. It does have a little bit of extra material, but that's about it.
Izzy, how you doing, fellow kids?
How you doing, fellow bronies?
Oh no.
It's just it's painful, but you gotta admit they do this thing constantly, so I'm not entirely surprised. It's just painful.
Trying to appeal to all those younger kids.
By the way, if you want to see these, please be sure to check out the show notes. Once again, we will not be showing them on stream because copyright's a pill. We're gonna move on. So another 30-minute promo has also hit for the next generation. This one, of course, is a mixture of all of a lot of scenes from the first promo trailer, along with a few extras of the new one. So if you want to get a few more snippets of the pony goodness that is soon to be coming, you can take a look there. And of course, if you want to have more than just a few snippets, there's another new trailer that also came out a few days later. Actually, this one came out the same evening of our show last week. And of course, in all honesty, with all of the stuff that Generation 4 semi-suggested that people kind of latched onto, this one just, it feels like they're just flaunting at this point, and literally.
Yeah, it still makes me laugh. You're like, new generation.
That gives me
we're gonna make the butts
music
smaller.
industry. Sorry, I'm
Okay.
sorry.
For one of the commercials, let's have them swing it.
Literally swinging it.
Looks
It's
like
not even high.
It looks like one of those high-end music video shots.
Granted, it's only like half a second, but it's still stupid. It's still silly as hell.
New generation, we need a smaller. Okay, this commercial, we're gonna flaunt it.
We made their asses smaller, but damn if they're not gonna shake them.
Want those plots,
Second,
boys and girls. Well, Hasbro needs that money.
Second, they were trying to pass a deception check because the hips don't lie.
You know what? I'll give you a point for trying. I will give you an honest to goodness point for trying. But seriously though, I haven't seen the trailer, to be honest. I only saw the first trailer, get an idea of what we were expecting. I'm going to keep myself as clean as possible until the actual movie comes out. Though images like this are not helping, I'll tell you that much. Moving on. So that's it for trailers. Let's talk about other random Generation 5 stuff. So apparently they got the fun facts about Generation 5. And of course this also tells me, it kind of gives us a little bit of hint and lore here. Because quote unquote in ancient Equestria, Earth ponies, Pegasi, and unicorns lived together in friendship and harmony. So about how old do you think something has to be for it to be considered ancient?
Well, the car manufacturers tell you anything, it's 50 years.
we're gonna ignore Spencer's gift idea of ancient. Granted that their idea is hilarious and fun,
By the
but
way, second, using ancient as in G4, it was at least 1,000 years.
Oh, so...
well,
Or
yeah.
fact.
Or
No, here's the
millennia
thing
or
there.
two.
No, here's a fun thought though. G4, it was 1,000 years, but they didn't say ancient Equestria or Nightmare Moon was anciently banished or anything like it being ancient.
So you're thinking more than 2,000 years.
I'm thinking definitely more than 1,000 years.
Yeah.
I'm thinking a lot more than 1,000 years, which I am 100% for. Because if they can actually get a giant time span between Generation 4 and 5, then I'm okay with the fact that everything's gone to shit. Because it gives you so much time that you could come up with so many ideas. What the hell happened?
Oh, you only need 200
If that-
years. Fallout industry has taught me anything.
The Fallout industry blew everything up. From the looks at here, it's just like everything went back to the paranoid age.
Yeah, it
And then
looks like they digressed instead of evolved. Anyways.
Yeah, they
If
digressed
Sonny's
instead of...
father, if Sonny's father gathered those figures for his daughter, he must have searched
Damn it.
high and low for good quality
Fuck.
figures from that age.
Well, it's either that or they found a big plaque about it. They found a stone monument in a weird forest filled with zebras, and then they just made
Or a
figures out of
time
the
capsule.
They
Okay.
still, to this day, do not know what these giant crystal lizards are supposed to be in the Crystal Empire. Some say it's great legends of a great hero way back when.
Well, here's
It
something
becomes
to
a new
think about.
Dragonlance.
I could still
Remember
be alive.
me.
Remember me. They will remember
Guys,
you.
We might joke, but Spike could actually be the only character from the last generation to still be alive in this world.
Actually, that'll
I don't know.
Actually, well, if he is, then they'll have to explain the fact why there's dragons and nothing else mythical wise. Because
We
so
haven't
far,
seen a hint of a dragon in this new world, so
it's hard to say.
speculation is up in the air.
It's just so odd. But that's the good part, because we don't know, and I love mysteries like this.
Well, it's mysteries, but we don't. But it depends on if they expand on the mystery or if they leave it completely shrouded to our imaginations. The key is, how much do they give us to go on? Do they leave it completely blank, or do they actually try to explain it? And if so, how much do they explain it?
They might trickle it along in small bits for the fan fiction community to go wild.
They might. In fact, I kind of hope they trickle just enough for people to run wild with theories, because that's when the fandom is at its best. when it actually has just enough room to go rampant with speculation. But, you know, not enough to confirm, but just enough that they can get some ideas. And I already got ideas of what might be happening. And if it wasn't for the fact that I was so stupid, lazy, and busy, I would have already made a video about it. But now the movie is coming out in 2 weeks.
Theory,
so...
but I don't know if it's gonna be addressed or not. A theory of mine is maybe Grogar is the reason why Twilight may not be around anymore.
Well, it could be. Well, it could be the fact that his bell
was
melted
destroyed, not him himself. So we have no idea if he was vanquished entirely, and that bell was his only connection to the world left, or he was lying in wait or something like that.
That's always a mystery, but I think that's what the fun of it is.
Yeah, we'll just ignore the fact that that the creators said themselves that Twilight ages like everybody else.
Well, we'll ignore that too. But for all we know, she aged like milk, so it might be best we don't find her.
Oh, you mean like me?
Yes. So, which pony are you? Chart has popped up. How about we find out what pony we are? And yeah, they actually have an expanded one with a lot more than just 3 ponies. So we're gonna go take a look at this here.
Find it here. Fine, I'll click on it.
Which My Little Pony are we?
Select your language. Okay, there's America's English. Okay.
Wow, they are really narrowing this down. What is our favorite hangout? Do we want to live in?
Don't put me in a box.
Do we want to live in a harbor? Do we want to live in the clouds, or do we want to live in an enchanted forest? In all honesty, I would go with the enchanted forest. I think I am not Izzy. No, I'm not Izzy. That's not Izzy. What is your dream way to spend the day? Making smoothies, doing arts and crafts, playing with cute animals, singing, practicing sports such as parkour.
Parkour.
I like that. Such as parkour.
My thing is, I'm connecting the dots, and I know they mean parkour with toothpaste head here, and I'm just wondering, can a Pegasus actually parkour?
If they tie their wings to their back.
Well, okay, that's fair.
Well, landing takes a lot of joint strength, so you can imagine them jumping is probably pretty spectacular
too. So, Circuit, what do you feel?
Well, you know what? I'm sure the chat room loves how I belt out a wonderful melodic tone every single time we get on stream. Singing all sorts of songs to the point where YouTube doesn't even bother trying to copyright strike me because they know I'm far better. The chat room's already screaming no. All right. You know what? In all honesty, I wish I could say make delicious smoothies because I do like a good smoothie. The problem is I can't spend a day doing that.
See, yeah,
I'd spend 10, 15 minutes.
Day events. They are like, this is my morning. That's it.
That's a 10, 15 minute event. Maybe 20 minutes at the most. That is not an all day thing. I can't make smoothies all day.
Arts and crafts can be an all day thing. Trust me.
No, arts and crafts, playing, singing, practicing sports, all of that is all day. It's making smoothies all day. That's not. It's not a dream way to. That's not a dream. That's not a dream way to spend the day. That's a job. That is a job. That is not a
smoothie me, brother.
You know what? I'm going to do arts and crafts because I have actually spent days trying to practice my sketching or writing a story or playing video games, to be honest. But playing video games I don't think covers under sports, so arts and crafts are pretty much my best bet here.
Well, again, my dude, you are trying to do a cosplay. That's technically
you're
arts
easy.
and crafts.
Let's see. How would I describe myself? Hopeful, creative, kind, confident, courageous. Oh, well, this is all complete bullshit.
I don't know.
I smell a reeking lack of ineptitude from you.
I'm an early millennial. Hopeful is not even in my vocabulary anymore.
No.
I'm not creative. I don't have any imagination at all. I'm not kind. You people suck. I am not a confident person. If I was confident, I would actually advertise myself more. And I am not courageous. I can't even ask for extra ketchup when I'm over at McDonald's. I am none of these.
See, I'm the better version of you because I came from the generation where almost all this is just like the button is broken.
The button is, yeah.
I feel that. Yes, I feel that because I'm
Even in the future, nothing works.
I'm confident, I'm courageous.
Well, it's like courageous and confident. It's more of like I just don't care.
I'd say you're confident with it. You know what? I only insult because I know you guys aren't going to take it seriously in any way, and we all love each other. I insult out of a happy place, but thank you for this vote of confidence. Oh!
Well, I would
Oh,
definitely
that
say
hurt.
you're creative. I say you're creative because how many episodes are we on now?
That's not creative. That's
446.
stubborn.
This is a copy and paste formula, man.
Yeah, actually, yeah.
It is. I literally
Here's
copy the
here's
same show notes every week.
Circuit, see, there's a problem. You can't be creative. Green is not a creative color.
Exactly.
Oh!
It's not.
Well,
You can't
I
be creative
never.
No matter what.
All right, we're gonna go with confidence since that's what one of the chat rooms is saying I should go with.
Oh man, you just had to remind me of that, Suki.
I never leave home with. Oh, this is gonna hurt. I never leave home without my roller skates, friendship bracelets, critters, cell phone, or sunglasses.
No.
See, they don't include gun on this list, and it makes me very upset about that.
They don't include my wallet. I don't leave home without my wallet.
Well, what about my keys? Where's my car keys?
Yeah, I did my car keys, man. Roller. Well, I guess that could be
Dude,
roller
where's my
skates.
car?
Technically, that could be roller skates, I guess.
No, I drive too far.
No, it's your electric roller skates that are gasoline powered.
Dude, I drive like 100 miles a day. Do you know how badly that would chip against my legs?
Oh yeah.
They're roller skates with rubber tires.
And basically
Well,
does do
but-
a good
What
point.
about my
Everyone has
phone
a cell phone.
glasses?
What about your
Oh,
phone
CMC.
glasses?
I
Well,
have to choose cell phone. I'm sorry.
CMC, if you got phone glasses, I'm reporting you to everybody because you're obviously in cahoots with Facebook at this point.
Yeah, you are a spy.
Well, hold on. You could have Google Glass.
No, nobody has Google
Lies
Glass
in
anymore.
disguise?
Make your choice. All right, I'm making my choice. I'm making the only real choice. I don't leave. Cell phone is the only thing here that I wouldn't leave without.
Yeah, it's like I use my cell phone too much, sadly.
I think we all do
I
at this
use it
point.
for music.
Well, it's because I use it to take photos of parts, I call people up, I do a bunch of stuff, and plus I listen to audiobooks when I'm working.
I read a lot
Oh,
of
yeah, I
Reddit.
get
It
that.
might not be a smart move on my part, but I read a lot of Reddit. Okay.
My motto in life is blank.
My motto in life is stand up for what you believe in. Even little ponies can make up. I don't know. Even little ponies such as you can make a big difference.
Yes, I remember when my dad sat me down and said, "Look, son, even little ponies like you."
Even
Only
little
you
ponies
can
like you
stop
can make a difference in
wildfires.
Uncle Sam's army.
The funny thing is, the rest of these are actually pretty good mottos. I find wonder in everything. Follow the rules. Who
Stick in the mud.
follow the rules? Really? Treat the world as a stage. I'm true to myself, and I encourage others to do the same. Please, I am not true to myself.
The world is
I mean,
your
we're-
stage. Enjoy.
I did treat the world like a stage. I guess
especially on here, we all pick up personas. I think it's pretty obvious.
Yeah.
Well, in all honesty, the only thing different about me is I'm not a robot IRL.
Ugh.
Everything else is me.
You know what? I'm gonna go with treat the world as a stage because, in all honesty, I do have to basically play the part of a competent IT tech, or I do stream and podcasts and stuff like that. I am literally acting a lot. The world is my damn stage.
Well, as Shakespeare said, the world is a stage.
Yeah.
If you follow the rules, remember, you are a stick in the mud and you are forever boring. Next.
Let's see. My favorite cutie mark. Do I go?
Quite the selection there.
Let's see. Do I go with Twilight Sparkle knockoff, Shining Armor knockoff? You know, I got no others on the knockoffs here.
Rainbow,
Rainbow Dash
Yeah.
knockoff. These are the only two that aren't exactly knockoff, to be honest.
Toothpaste bolt.
Toothpaste.
Can I
Bolt.
just choose one of the above?
Sweetie Bells.
Yeah, actually, this one
I-
kind of looks like a. Actually, no, this one looks like it would have been Sweetie Belle. Yeah, Sweetie Belle knockoff. Do we have anybody that would actually kind of fit this one knockoff wise?
Rarity
Coco
in a
Bell?
weird fashion?
Yeah, I can kind of see Rarity maybe, but yeah.
Hold on. Let me check Coco Pomel's cutie mark.
I'll say, can we just choose none of the above and see what it actually brings up? Because I'm betting at the very end of this is going to be like whatever cutie mark you choose is going to be your horse.
Actually, you know what? I'm gonna go with it, mostly because I actually do kind of like the star one, and if I had a choice, I would kind of go with the star one.
Nope,
I like
someone
it.
else is a hat, so
Oh, I guess it didn't work that way.
hold on.
Nope.
Yep, we got Pip.
Okay.
No, I want it to be the one with the long hair, not the chubby one.
What's wrong with being a little bit plump?
What? It's not that she's a little bit plump. It's that it's literally an impossible thing to aspire to. She actually has an audience. I mean, I have a great audience,
Well,
but I mean, she's got like Markiplier audience. She's got Jacksepticeye audience. I don't have that kind of audience. You guys are awesome though, and I love
Well,
you.
both of you have jumped in the trunk.
You know,
I
I'm
just
gonna
got the exact same thing, man.
I'm gonna shut up
Just
now.
because we both selected the phone. I bet you that's why.
The phone probably
Possibly.
clinched it. We're gonna go. I'm gonna go ahead and move on here because I feel like I'm about to insult my audience, and I don't want to insult you guys. You guys are awesome. You guys put up with me. That makes you
Most of us
awesome.
are grown adults. We can deal with being insulted.
I know. I just don't want to do it.
Did you just
So-
say his audience is comprised of only you two?
Oh, we're gonna move on now before all of us hurt. So, My Little Pony Generation, It's Alright dance tutorial was released, and then subsequently taken down,
Oh.
and then released on another on the official channel. No, seriously, it's amazing if you look through the comments on this thing. But
Oh, that is silly.
so yeah, they actually have the and It's Alright dance tutorial for one of the songs here. Granted, we're not playing it for obviously dumbass reasons.
Just dance, you'll be okay.
Anyway, skipping ahead here a little bit. So here's the question: do we know if anybody is actually going to be doing this dance at any of the Brony conventions?
I am putting
Most
money on
definitely.
somebody will do it.
Someone will do it.
I'm gonna. You know what? I can't say that it's good money not to say that they would. Yeah, somebody's probably gonna try to do it.
Yeah,
Prince
that has to, like,
Revolution.
what I'm betting you, if there's a talent show out there, there's gonna be at least one person that's gonna try to do this dance for the talent show or whatever.
I don't know. It doesn't look too bad. I think. I don't have any strong opinions either way. But yeah, if you want to learn, it's up there on the official site, so check it out. Let's go ahead and move on here. So, speaking of movie premieres, because we might as well, Singapore has already done something awesome, and we're not going to see anything like this, but for their official screening of the My Little Pony G5 movie, they're getting pony bags, limited edition pony bags.
How
Those lucky people.
Yeah,
Why don't we
What
ever get
movie
anything cool?
poster?
because we're in America. We gotta
But
suck it.
But Hasbro is made in America.
Yeah, they're not gonna do anything good for their home base. They're gonna appeal to all the people out there.
They need to spread the word
Somewhere-
of pony.
Well, I guess it's because they've already got us hooked, so they don't feel like they need to, maintain more expenses to keep the audience.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I'm sure there's actually a reason behind it. I'm just being gripey.
Yeah.
Yeah, the movie is on Netflix only here. Otherwise, I would just say go to your local theater. I'm not streaming it. I'm going to a theater to watch it. You know,
To the movie theater.
I want to go to a movie theater. I'm gonna get myself a gonna get a burrito. I'm gonna get some popcorn. That's right. I'm gonna
You
get
get
a
the
burrito
burrito?
into a movie
Pancakes
theater.
while you're at it.
Get some pancakes. Make a whole thing out of it. So, another Sunny Scar Scout. This girl.
The
This
Sunny
pony.
Scarred Scouts.
This pony that actually has a wig at Walmart for Halloween. I'm actually serious. They actually have Sunny Star Scout wigs that you can buy at Walmart right now for Halloween costumes. Moving on. So yeah, a new song was found on the little singing toy. Not exactly a surprise.
For Horton Nicholas.
But yeah, if you
Must
want
be a
to,
song in the Unicorn Town.
Yeah. You know, I'll give them a little bit of credit. At least the audio quality on these toys has gotten better over the years.
Oh yeah, I remember when you were, let's say when we were kids, I'm like, wait, there's like a 10-year difference.
No. Best way I can do this, you compare an original Buzz Lightyear to one that came out within the last 5 years, you'll hear the audio difference rather than just time.
Yeah, I'll give that. Alright, so let's go ahead and move on here. And finally, we're out of G5 spoilers. Unfortunately, there's only a couple of articles left. Seriously, it's been a quiet news week, which is not exactly surprising. I think everybody's
surprising,
yeah, I think everybody's just trying to get back into the roll of things with school and university and comms.
Oh, that reminds me. I almost got rear-ended going to the chiropractor on Friday because that's when all the college kids were coming in.
Oh no!
Wow, that's a reminder.
Yeah, it's like.
How about we cheer you up with talking about a compilation album, The Equestrian Terror Corps, Volume 2, Canterlot.
Sounds horrifying.
This is Nightmare Night. This is Nightmare Night.
I see, and yes, I agree. You could not really tell what old toys could be saying through that voice box.
So, yes, a big old compilation album, 11 different songs for Corps Equestria, where the song's based on the high society of Canterlot and Princess Celestia herself. Or at least that's what they claim, but I guess it depends on what they actually have there and what you listen to.
Noveler?
You know what? I have no idea. But in any case, this just recently came out, and it's pay what you want for it. So you can pay as little as $1 or as much as $50 or more. But yeah, if the songs sound good to you.
Hey, Pinky.
You know, maybe I'd probably actually listen to these before I actually play them, just in case they end up being really bad.
It's fine.
Yeah, well, I mean, bad in a different way. Just like suddenly it ends up like a rap, like one of those try too hard rap songs where they're swearing every other word.
Suddenly, Bam Hammer.
Yeah. And finally, last little bit of news here, and this is also a bit of a kicker in a good way. Battle Gem Ponies Kickstarter was a full-on success, getting 138% funded. That also includes special dungeons, in-game dungeons, being added to the game. Unfortunately, it doesn't quite cover going out to other platforms, though if it ends up being a big enough success, they might end up doing that in the future anyway. But for the most part, they've got funded, which is good, which means a full release of Battle Gem Ponies will happen. And with that, they have actually released a brand new demo based off of Everfree Northwest's demo that they had there, with a lot of fixes. I mean, yeah, this thing is like 2 pages worth of fixes. Considering all the fun stuff that we found when we were trying to play it, I'm not entirely surprised.
Circuit chat room saying your IRC scroll window is stopped.
No idea what they're talking about. See, it's right there. See everything in the IRC.
Okay, they said it wasn't auto-scrolling.
It's just such a slow night. There's not enough people chatting.
No, it's just a stupid Windows problem I've been having, and I have no idea what's causing it. But when the window isn't active in any way, it's not actually on screen, it doesn't auto adjust. I have no idea why it doesn't, and it drives.
Trying to give us a very sad out.
I don't want the sad out. I want the dumbass tech support out. Because it makes everybody just go, oh. Make it go, wah. Moving on. Yeah.
Sometimes I want to wah.
You know what? Not what I was going for, but I'll take it. Anyway, so yeah. With this, it means that a new demo has been released, and I have already downloaded it. And we will play it at some point. Not this week, though. We already have something planned. But in the next week or two, we will try out the new demo for Battle Gem Ponies. How exciting is that? And with that, that is it for the news, which also means it's time to go to content creation. Even though we've been at this for an hour, how the hell do we keep doing this every single week?
Well,
Because we're
first you talk
back.
about we spend 30 minutes talking about our normal everyday life, and then
Wow, this must be one hell of a soapbox we have. All right, let's
yeah, I wonder who's taking the soapbox.
Actually, you know what? In my case, I admit the soapbox was a good chunk on my part. So I will accept responsibility.
Also,
And
second, I hate to tell this, but I had to replace the soapbox with a steel one because the old one broke.
Just buy more soap. You don't need to replace everything with steel.
Actually, I'm more concerned what would happen if we took that out in the sun.
It's called burning your feet.
Yeah. So, we're going to go ahead and get started with the challenge of the week. Now, as I mentioned last week, I decided that we're going to change up the challenge of the week to more like to basically challenge me every week. So, previously, the whole idea was to challenge anybody and everybody to create content, except I found that I was starting to be mostly the one trying to create content every week. So,
Hey.
I decided to pass the ball off into your guys' court here in the chat rooms. Granted, if anybody wants to also take up the challenge, they are more than welcome to join in as well. But I wanted to make it a special goal to work on the same challenge on the challenge presented. And with that in mind, I wanted to stop saying challenge because I think the word lost all meaning all of a sudden. But I also wanted to offer it up to you in the chat room to present us the options for the next week's challenge and randomly pull from them and to make that the next challenge of the week. So instead of being randomly at the top of my head, it's going to be randomly at the top of the chat room's head for me to complete for next week. So you guys are going to throw me to the fire and watch me flail. Or maybe give me something easy and be nice to me. Whatever you guys decide to do. But of course, it also, again, anybody and everybody is welcome to join in on the challenge every single week. And it doesn't matter what you do, whether you draw, write, music, art, video. We accept any and all creation as long as it's created content. Now, with all of that spiel in mind, once again, the challenge of the week was race. The big old race. Because who doesn't love driving down the road in speed? Who doesn't like rushing down the road in speed? Who doesn't love a good race?
My poor car.
Okay, there's one option there. But we also have the protest initiative challenge.
It was doing something creative with cardboard boxes.
Boxcars.
Alright.
Derby racers, giddy up, derby racers.
Actually, in a weird way, that slightly inspired it. And in a weird way, that also inspired this, as well as a story. Now, I'm not going to make any excuses. The drawing is terrible. And I'm not going to make any excuses. The story is terrible. I did my best, but I honestly I just wasn't feeling it somewhere. I really don't know where or what. But we're going to still read it out anyway because I put myself through the torture. Now you guys can either enjoy the torture or be tortured with me, whatever. Here's for you masochists out there. So, and of course, anybody and everybody who is in the call here can bring up the story and do the voice lines if they like.
If I can find it.
It's just right there in content creation.
Yeah, it should just be
not
up.
a whole lot.
Yeah.
And I stepped away from you did see mine, or we started off with yours first.
Yeah, I saw your art. Don't worry, I'll get to it.
You
Alright.
might want to go in and change the share option.
I
Because
don't think is anybody actually going to start editing this immediately as I'm. Okay, fine, fine.
Yeah, I'm not finding it.
Okay. Let's see.
I would shift it to comments.
All right, hold
And we're
on.
gonna have to
Your
do
access has expired.
hit reload.
Okay, there it is. There it is. So let's go ahead and get started again. The race. The sun was high over the raceway. You could feel the tension as the racers moved their vehicles up to the starting line. Every one of them wore a face of determination and desire. All of their hard work mounted to this one moment at the top of this hill. The time ticked down slowly, feeling like every second was minutes long. All the racers leaned forward, heads tilting, hooves and claws twitching, bodies completely tense. They braced like a well-coiled spring as the referee came out to the middle of the road. The referee was a fluffy brown pony, walking to a large box that wasn't made of metal, standing up in the middle of the raceway starting line. Not a sound could be heard as it stood on top of the box, lifting its arm with a checkered flag tied to it, ready to signify the start of the race. The wait felt like an agonizing eternity, and just as suddenly the arm came down, and a loud snap filled the air, signifying the race. The vehicles launched off the starting line and down the hill at an incredible speed. In just a few seconds, the starting line became empty, aside from a few fans and watchers who wanted to see the race start. Quickly, most of the audience left, flying, running, and teleporting their way down to the finish line. All that was left was the fluffy pony standing on the box, sitting down and panting heavily. Running Temp appeared from the side of the starting line, walking over to the pony with the largest glass of ice water it's ever seen. Definitely was too hot for a snow pony to be out there in the middle of a hot road. Back on the racetrack, the racers continued their hurried run down the hill. Quickly, the road became more of an obstacle, with the first of many twists, turns, and bends beginning to show. The vehicles screeched as they took the turn and continued down the road. Whether by luck, failure, or poor parts, one vehicle did not make the turn. Hitting a stack of hay bales, the rider flew out of it and landed in a nearby pile of extra hay. Helmet came off, and there lay DM for a moment, gasping for air.
Seat belts. Why did I forget the seat belts?
Good ad-libbing is encouraged.
Never.
The remaining racers continued down the path, turning one corner, then the next. As they cleared the next major curve, the road appeared to swerve a little. Suddenly, a blue vehicle began to pull forward in front of the pack. As it cleared, a black liquid started to drip out from it. The racer right behind them ran into the puddles and began to swerve wildly.
Hey, what are you doing? This should be a clean race.
There appears to be a malfunction. The vehicle has onions in the hood.
We know that's complete. Whoa!
As the vehicle...
I tried to sound like Hank Hill on the.
Whoa!
Whoa! Actually, that wasn't too bad. That wasn't too bad. And the vehicle lost its balance and careened off the side of the road and came to a stop on a grassy hill. Tech took off his helmet, throwing it at the vehicle that was long gone as he jumped out of his ride, yelling loudly something that could not be heard as the rest of the racers continued on. As the curving road began to straighten out, the racer that was behind Tech began to gain headway, catching up to the blue vehicle but keeping a slight distance apart from it. As it... God damn it, Bob. Sorry, damn it, Bigley. As it crept up further, the blue vehicle started to swerve toward it like a bird of prey. The idea became ironic as it got close enough for another malfunction of the vehicle. Suddenly, the driver spread out its large wings, covering the blue vehicle and its driver in feathers. The driver swerved around but could not evade the carpet of purple covering its vision and its steering wheel.
Cannot maneuver. Move your wings. This is cheating.
Takes one to know one, car onion boy. Guess you had more layers than you thought.
Was that a Shrek reference?
Suddenly, the blue vehicle lurched over and slammed into the other racer. The impact was less a swerve and crash and more of an explosion as both vehicles disintegrated into pieces and cans of oil, with both racers sitting on a board, each with small wheels slowly rolling to a halt. Toakoi was the first to remove his helmet, looking over at the carnage, then over at the helmeted hippogriff.
I know what this looks like. Sorry. I know what this appears to look like.
Lumi was the next to remove her helmet and immediately launched it at the robot with a loud clang. Legends tell of the carnage that occurred at that time, forever labeling the Battle of the Onion Racers. But that's a story for another time. Finally, it was down to one, and the racer threw up his hooves in triumph as the racer okay, I definitely could have worded that better.
Yeah.
As the racer continued down the road with the finish line in sight, surrounded by an audience, he could feel his moment of triumph with nothing to stop him. Unfortunately, as he careened down the path, an elderly pony was...
Is the elderly pony me?
No. An elderly pony was spraying down the sidewalk to get it clean, and the vehicle ran into a spray of water. The vehicle, once thought sturdy, started to come apart. Quickly, the sides stopped and everything fell to the ground, leaving the racer in a pile of wet cardboard. Taking off his helmet revealed the final racer to be Deathlight.
No. My moment of glory is over. How could this have thwarted me so easily?
Well, it could be worse. Last race happened on a rainy day. I'm still not sure if Suki ever recovered from that roll down the hill. Looking over, Deathlight saw Circuit, sitting there in a lounge chair and sipping on a lemonade, right in front of where he landed.
Or construction.
Wait. Aren't you guys in the middle of a journey of learning life, love, and revenge?
Yeah, but the author hasn't done anything with it in a few months, and the writer wanted to put us in something else, put someone else into the stories at least once.
But why you? Why not Commander Something, or Coal Dust, or Twine?
The writer has a massive ego. The Deathlight was wondering what was going on at this point, and just then a yell was heard, and he could see Running Tab making a mad, angry dash towards him. He looked over to see Circuit had gone too.
He was Circuit going to do?
Oh, yeah. I was wondering what happened there, because it didn't sound right. He looked over to see what Circuit was going to do, but there was already an abandoned lounge chair and a glass of lemonade laying on the ground as Running Tab ran past him, going after the cloud of green smoke. The crowd began to disperse as Tech and DM approached.
Guess the race is over,
Chimed in DM.
Yep. What were we racing for anyway?
Asked Tech.
It was the last cookie from that bakery.
Responded Deathlight.
You mean the one vaguely stole from me?
Tech said, and they all became quiet. Nothing else was said as they quietly cleaned up the race, with the robot and Hippogriff continuing their fight, and somewhere a weird sense of karma was felt.
So, do you want to hear the tales of my old race car right before the heads got warped, or?
There's actually a tale?
Oh yeah, I had this Pontiac. It was a fast little SLB.
Ooh.
Oh.
Go ahead
I used to do street drag racing. Didn't hear from me.
Didn't hear what?
Exactly.
Oh no, not the chat spam.
Yeah. So yeah, we're just gonna show off the other entries that we got here for the challenge of the week. This is of course Toakoi. While I'm doing this, chat room, we will be asking for what you think the next week's challenge will be. So get your imaginations ready to start posting. We are gonna put these in a randomizer to figure it out. Am I in a rickshaw?
I don't know. Are you?
And I am your runner.
Then what is chat spam on a rickshaw with command or something?
Yes,
Yeah.
it's not happy.
What?
I'm surprised Princess would allow herself to be on a rickshaw so small.
I think she just more wanted to torture Command or something.
Well, that's just par for the course.
Yeah.
Well, I also didn't want to just draw shots them being too hot on Commander because I don't do that with characters that aren't mine.
Of course, the funny thing is that we also had a third race, and the funny thing is it actually involved tech. So Coldust actually drew this for the pre-show. If you missed it,
The faces are amazing.
the faces make it. But
Winning.
the winning thing is I feel like that's a meme face of some sort, but I don't know where it's from.
Well, they're just sitting there screeching. I was like, winning!
Also, I love how he picks up on my dialogue with second. Boss, what are you doing?
Well, it doesn't look like I'm like yelling out winning. It looks like I'm winning. It's like, duh, I'm winning. I can't believe you don't know what winning is. My God.
But, yeah.
Seriously, I do love it, and I'm guessing Coldust went to sleep.
Yep. He said he would be back.
Oh, all right. Well, we'll have to wait for his part of the challenge of the week. Till then, chat room. Now is your time. Of course, we have the challenge of the week. What should be our challenge for next week? What should I try to write? What should I try to sketch furiously while I'm sitting at work? What should I try to make a video on because I feel like expanding myself in a different artistic direction?
Reminiscing about the summer.
Anti-disestablishmentarian. Very well. We'll do anti-disestablishmentarianism. I believe I do still have that puce ribbon somewhere. Yes, somebody got the joke!
I don't know the fuse ribbon.
I'm
Trying to do anti-disestablishmentarianism is... No, you can't easily do that. It's so weird.
No, it's not. It's you could do it if you run off the joke, and that's the puce ribbon joke.
I don't know the fuse ribbon joke. I'm assuming it's from a YouTuber.
No, it's from Phineas and Ferb.
Ah,
It's actually a Phineas and Ferb reference. They actually brought that up as a terrible disease, and they're like, wait a minute, I thought that was an ideological stance, not a disease. Great news! We've discovered the cure for anti-disestablishmentarianism. And they're just like, hey, did you know they discovered a cure? Oh, good, I can finally get rid of my puce ribbon. It's like, perfect! The puce ribbon. There's a whole thing there. Okay, so...
Dictionary.
So far, we only have anti-disestablishmentarianism from Vaguely Creepy. Unless anybody else wants to throw anything else in there, it's going to make for a really painful randomize.
Hold on.
Anybody else want to throw in any suggestions? This is anyone at all except for me. I'm the only one that can... Show business, thank you. We got
I threw in
anti-disestablishmentarianism.
hats just to make it easier on you.
Okay, so we got I'm just gonna do anti because if I have to type
How to
anti-disestablishmentarianism,
blank.
Anti-everything.
let's see,
Oh
hats.
God, if we have to do anti, we have to actually do anti-second.
Anti-social.
Okay, we got anti-disestablishmentarianism. You know what? I almost feel like I'm just challenging myself to see how many times I can say it without flubbing. Hats, show
It's a
business.
fun word.
It is a fun word. And how to. Okay, everybody. We got 4 entries here. We're gonna go ahead and randomize it. And we are going to how to. So next week's challenge is how to.
How to do it yourself videos?
That's the question. Is it how to do it yourself? Do you write a how-to book? Do you decide to take up a page from movies and show how to train your dragon the pony way?
I deliberately left it as a blank so that you have something you can fill in.
Yep. You got it. The rest is up to your imagination.
Imagination.
And of course, we will have the Protest Initiative Challenge, which will be issued by Coldust as soon as he does return.